King-size Coca-Cola gives you that refreshing new feeling.
There's nothing like ice-cold Coca-Cola.
In 2001, a Coca-Cola plant manager in Colombia received a phone call. 24 hours later, union leaders started disappearing. What you're about to discover? Coca-Cola spent millions to keep buried. For over 130 years, Coca-Cola has sold us one thing: happiness. The red can, the secret formula, the promise that within every bottle is a moment of joy. But behind the world's most recognized brand lies a trail of violence, environmental destruction, and corporate cover-ups that span continents. 6 crimes, 6 countries, 1 company. And by the end of this investigation, you'll never look at that red label the same way again. Let's start with murder. December 5th, 1996. Carepa, Colombia. Isidro Segundo Hill, union leader, father of 2. He fought for worker rights at a Coca-Cola bottling plant. Paramilitary forces walked into the plant and executed him. Inside the factory gates, during working hours, in front of witnesses. 10 union workers murdered 1989 to 2002. 48 received death threats. Dozens forced to flee Colombia. Every murder happened during labor negotiations. Every victim, a union leader. Every location, inside Coca-Cola facilities. In 2001, the Sinalternal Union filed a lawsuit in U.S. courts, accusing Coca-Cola of hiring paramilitary groups. Coca-Cola's response? 3 words that would become their mantra: blame the bottlers. They claimed no responsibility, no control, no knowledge. But in 2006, a Colombian court convicted a bottling plant manager of collaborating with death squads. The evidence was undeniable, the connections documented. Coca-Cola settled, $1.5 million to the families, but they never admitted guilt, never apologized, never named the dead. Blood washed away with cash. Now remember that phone call from the opening? It was a warning, from paramilitaries to union organizers. Stop or end up like Isidro Gil. 3 union leaders received that call. 2 fled Colombia immediately. 1 didn't believe the threat was real. His body was found a week later. But if you think this is just about Colombia, what Coca-Cola did to entire ecosystems in India will make the murders look like a footnote. Plachimada, India, 2000. Coca-Cola opened a bottling plant in a small agricultural village. The company promised jobs, progress, partnership. Within 3 years, the wells went dry. Coca-Cola was extracting 1.5 million liters of water every single day. The aquifer that had sustained this community for generations drained to fill bottles of sugar water. Farmers watched their crops die. Families dug deeper wells, deeper, deeper, until there was nothing left to find. But Coca-Cola had a solution: free fertilizer, distributed to desperate farmers. A gift from the company. Except it wasn't fertilizer. It was industrial waste, containing cadmium, lead, and other heavy metals. The soil didn't just die, it became poisonous. After years of protests, women blocking trucks, farmers lying in front of factory gates, the Kerala government finally shut down the plant in 2004. Coca-Cola fought the closure for years, appealed, lobbied, delayed. The damage? Permanent. And here's what Coca-Cola doesn't want you knowing. Plachimada wasn't unique. Dozens of communities across India facing the exact same crisis right now. Remember that 1.5 million liters per day? Keep that number in mind, because when we get to the plastic section, you'll see exactly where all that water went, and you'll wish you hadn't. Every year, Coca-Cola produces over 3 million tons of plastic packaging. That's 200,000 bottles every single minute. In 2019 and 2020, global audits found Coca-Cola as the world's #1 plastic polluter, not just in one country, in 51 countries, on every continent, in the deepest oceans. Their bottles have been found in the Mariana Trench, in Arctic ice, inside the stomachs of whales. The company's response? announce recycling goals, press releases, sustainability reports, celebrity partnerships, all promising a world without waste. Only 9% of all plastic ever made has been recycled. 9%. The rest? Landfills, oceans, inside fish, inside us. Coca-Cola has known this since the 1970s. Internal memos show the company actively lobbied against bottle deposit laws, against plastic bans, against any regulation that threatened profits. In 1994, they spent $18 million fighting a California bottle bill. They won, the bill failed, and plastic production doubled. Every bottle you see in that ocean, that's not an accident. That's a decision. One 12-ounce can of Coca-Cola contains 39 grams of sugar. That's 10 teaspoons in a single serving. The World Health Organization recommends no more than 25 grams per day for adults. One Coke exceeds that limit by 56%. But for decades, Coca-Cola funded research to shift blame away from sugar. In 2015, the New York Times exposed how the company paid millions to researchers to publish studies claiming exercise matters more than diet. The message? Drink all the Coke you want, just work out more. Meanwhile, childhood obesity rates tripled. Type 2 diabetes became an epidemic. Chiapas, Mexico, 2018. A 6-year-old girl named Maria died from diabetes complications. Her family couldn't afford insulin, but they could afford Coca-Cola, because in her village, Coke cost less than clean water. Maria drank 2 liters of Coca-Cola every single day. For years, she thought it was water. Coca-Cola has spent decades making sure communities like hers see their product as essential as water itself. Maria's death certificate listed diabetes. It should have listed corporate negligence. She's not alone. In Chiapas, diabetes death rates are 30% higher than Mexico's national average. And Coca-Cola? They donated $1 million to diabetes research while increasing marketing in the same communities. This is corporate murder, in slow motion, sold as refreshment. Now, Coca-Cola will tell you they've changed. They'll point to their water replenishment programs, their reduced sugar options, their recycling commitments, their charitable foundations. And yes, they've made some improvements. Some plants have reduced water usage. Some communities received compensation. They now offer Coke Zero, Diet Coke, Coke with stevia. But here's what those glossy annual reports don't mention. The murders in Colombia continued into the 2000s. The water extraction in India, still happening in other states. The plastic pollution, worse than ever. Production increased 200% since 2000. The lobbying against regulation, they're spending more than ever. $13 million in 2022 alone. This isn't a company that learned from its mistakes. This is a company that learned to hide them better. Better lawyers, better PR, better politicians in their pocket. The crimes didn't stop. They just got better at controlling the story. Every time you buy a Coca-Cola product, you're not just buying a drink. You're funding a system that has killed workers, poisoned communities, destroyed ecosystems, and manipulated science. The red can isn't just a brand. It's a symbol of corporate impunity. They've spent 130 years building an empire on happiness. But the real formula? Violence, exploitation, greed. So, the next time you reach for that bottle, ask yourself, what are you really drinking?